So with my boat being in the shop, I'm kind of landlocked, but it's beautiful outside, not a cloud in the sky. It's a little cold. We're still in that like early spring. So it's really nice outside, so I still want to get out and go fish. So today we're gonna drive a couple miles on the beach at Fort Fisher and hopefully get into some redfish. So for those of you that don't know, Fort Fisher recreational area has a drive-on beach. It's a four-wheel drive beach. It's about, I want to say it's about 7 miles long. I'm not 100% on that, but I want to say it's about 7 or 8 miles long, maybe a little bit longer. It goes all the way out to Bald Head Island. So it's a pretty long beach. I love coming here. I love bringing friends here. Like if I have a friend from out of town come in and want to see a cool spot, this is definitely where I'm taking them. I've fished here a couple times and I've had some good luck with some slot redfish. But really it's just a beautiful place to come, especially during like early spring when it doesn't get too crowded. There's some really cool trails. Yeah, I'm gonna take you guys with me today, and hopefully we get into some fish. This morning, when I woke up, I looked at the tide charts, and right now we are at high tide, probably about the peak of high tide right now. And it looks like we're at high tide. So I'm gonna be catching these fish on a falling tide, which is definitely my favorite time to fish. And there's a little bit of a theory behind that, and it's just from what I've been told from, you know, some old timers and some other fishermen, and some research that I've done, and also from a personal experience. I've seen this work a lot. The theory behind fishing a falling tide is these fish, especially predator fish like, you know, redfish, trout, etc., they're gonna push into skinny water to get into those bait fish or those crabs or whatever they're feeding on. And when the tide starts to fall, they're gonna want to get to some bigger water. So I like to catch them on that falling tide, on that outgoing tide, and I've had a lot of success with that. So that's kind of the goal right now. I'm actually not going to be surf fishing like a lot of people do out here. I'm going to be taking you guys to my secret, not so secret spot. It's one of my favorite spots to fish inshore if I don't have my boat. I'm going to check out a couple different spots and see if I can get into some trout or some redfish. I might throw some soft plastics around, maybe some top water. How you doing? Just to get things started. But I'm in a little bit of a race right now because that tide's falling, and the tide around here falls pretty quick. So we'll see how it goes. Just got to secret spot number 1. Not so secret. Kind of everyone knows about this spot, but whatever. I'm gonna start off throwing a soft plastic. I see some mullet flipping, at least it looks like some mullet flipping. So I'm gonna start out with this little paddle tail. This is actually a Trout Magic. I really like these. I've heard mixed reviews about them. It's just a jig head with a soft plastic paddle tail, and it's got this little blade that I don't know, I really like. I've had a lot of success with these. I've caught redfish, flounder, trout, caught a lot of different species with this. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and if this isn't producing, I'm probably gonna switch over to a topwater, maybe a shrimp. I don't know. We're gonna see if this spot's even gonna be producing. I've been here for 5 seconds. Let's see how this goes. So I didn't bring any leaders, so I actually tied straight onto braid, which is something that I never do. It's kind of a rookie mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. So let's see if that affects anything or not. The wind is blowing its ass off, so sorry if you guys can't hear me much. Alrighty, let's see how this goes. That current is pumping too, so So now instead of any kind of bumps, I'm just going to do a steady retrieve, kind of slow. Let it drag around the bottom a little bit. I'll tell you what, that current is moving. So unfortunately, nothing's really going on over there. I'm not seeing like any kind of signs of life. Nothing's flipping around. There's no bait moving from what I can see. I beat that area up for like 15 minutes or so with no luck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna move spots. All right, so we're pulling up to spot number 2. Secret spot number 2. Really not so secret. Man, it's just so beautiful out here. I come out here all the time and I swear like it never fails to be just absolutely stunning. All right, so we're switching up the plan. Well, this was kind of the plan, but anyway. So since it's on that fallen tide right now, I'm gonna use a little trick I like. I got some mullet from last year's mullet run. These were frozen. I thawed them out on the way here. So got some frozen mullet and the good old Carolina rig. Can't go wrong with it. The water here is about, I want to say it's like 4 to 5 foot in the channel, and then it goes to like a big V shape. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to toss out cut pieces of mullet and primarily fish for some redfish. So we'll see how that goes. I'll show you guys my setup in just a second. So I'm going to set out 3 rods in this section, and this section, so I can cover a lot of water and see if we have any success with that. And at the same time, I'm gonna find a space to throw some soft plastic, some top waters, just so I'm staying busy and covering all this water on that outgoing tide. Show you guys how I set up this, I set up these rigs. So I've just got a dead mullet, and what I like to do is cut these right in half for a couple reasons. One, so I'm not throwing out an entire mullet every cast, and 2, all that blood and guts and gnarliness is exposed, so it's gonna excrete all that scent for those predator fish to pick up on. So it kind of knocks 2 birds out with 1 stone. So I got a hook just like that. That's the head section, and this is just a 1 ounce to, I think it's a 40-pound monofilament leader to a 4/0 circle hook. And I want to get this right in the middle of that channel. Whoosh! Right about there. Let that sink. And then I'm gonna get the slack out of my line. Check my drag. I want to have a kind of a tight drag, just so when these fish hit it, they're gonna hook themselves with that circle hook. If you got a loose drag, it's you're less likely to hook up. But you also don't want it, you know, completely buried, because then you might break off. So now I've got the tail section. This one's got a little bit of a larger sinker. I think this is a It's a 2 ounce. Same size hook though. Now since I want to cover a lot of this water, I've got one on this side, about the same water depth. I've got one rod in the middle. Now I'm gonna have one rod to the right, just so I can cover a lot of ground. Whoosh! There we go. Boom. It's not as far out as I'd like for it to be, but I'll take it. It's also good to cover different water depths too. So right now I've got one a little bit shallower, one middle to far, and then I've got one dead middle. So I'm covering a lot of ground like this. And I have caught redfish here before, so my hopes are high. So there's this little grove right here. And it's far enough away from all my other rods, so I'm not gonna get tangled up. I want to beat up this area a little bit with this paddle tail and see if I have any luck. I just saw some mullet flipping over here. I can't really walk too far in because of all the mud. I really I really did not wear the proper footwear. But yeah, let's see how this paddle tail works out. I'm gonna give it, I'll throw this thing for like 15 minutes or so, and well, that was something. Could have been like some weeds or something. I'm gonna throw this thing for like 15 minutes or so, and if I don't get any hookups or bites, I'm gonna switch over to maybe a twitch bait or some top water. I really wish I brought some leader with me. I feel kind of foolish for not bringing any leader, but you know what, it's all good. We're gonna make it happen. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna go switch up lures. I think I'm gonna do a twitch bait, like a slow sinking twitch bait. But first things first, I'm gonna check these rods, see if there's still bait on them. I know there's a lot of seaweed moving in and out of here, so sometimes the seaweed will get caught on my bait. I'm gonna check this one first because it's the first one I threw out. Yeah, see, there's some well, there was some seaweed on it. This one's a whole mullet. I just wanted to try something a little bit different than I normally do. Let's see if I can get this guy a little bit further out. Eesh, there we go. Bing. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Usually usually I do cut them in half, but I want to try up some different things. Yeah, it's a little bit tight. I want to try some different things to see if maybe they prefer a whole mullet. Maybe the half mullet's not the way to go. I think it is, but it's always good to try different stuff. And I'll tell you what, that tide is dropping super fast. This feels heavy, so I'm going to assume there's some weed on it. This area too is also really muddy and marshy, so it's a super good area to target redfish. Yeah, see all that weed on there? And this thing's all tangled up. This is why I like to check my baits every, I'd say 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so. Shoo, this thing is all mangled up. Whoosh. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. All right. I think that one might get smoked. Let me actually go through this just to show you guys what I'm using. So this is a Shimano. So this is a Shimano Sedona 3000 with a medium, I can't pronounce that, Talavera? Yeah, medium Talavera. I think it's like a 6.6 medium to light. This is a Shimano Sedona 2500 with a St. Croix 6.6 medium light. And then this is actually a Pin Battle 3 2000 series. All these have 15-pound braid except for the 3000 down there. That's got 20-pound braid. So pretty light tackle. And then and then for my soft plastics or twitch baits or whatever I'm using, I have a Nasaki Shimano 1000. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know in the comments if I'm pronouncing that right. Nasaki, N-A-S-C-I, Noski, maybe a Noski. Yeah, I think it's pronounced a Noski. And then just this is a 6.6 light rod. So this is my trout rod, but I really like using this for pitching soft plastics or twitch baits or top water. Really wish I had a leader. So yeah, that's what I'm using. Man, it never fails. It's just so beautiful out here. Like, look at this, not a cloud in the sky. That's why I'm starting this channel. You know, I want you guys to get out here to see this stuff for yourself. This stuff's free. This is as free as it gets. You know, nature is free. Even if you're not in a coastal area, you're still around something. You know, you can go out in the woods, you can go out in nature, you can go explore, you can go on hikes, you can just get out in nature. It does so much for your mental health, and it's just good for your spirit, you know. So the soft plastic just isn't doing it for me. Nothing, zero, nada. So I think I want to switch over to this twitch bait that I like. It's a Yozuri slow sinking twitch bait. This is the 3D inshore Yozuri. It's a little bit big for the rod that I'm using, and I didn't bring leader with me, so I'm just gonna be tying it straight onto braid. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll tell you what, this is some hard fishing. I really like these Yozuri twitch baits. You can throw them a mile. There's a lot of noise to them in the water too. And they've got a really good flash. They definitely resemble like a injured mullet. I see some stuff moving right here. Might be some bait fish, but let's see. It could just be a school of bait fish, but I don't know. It's making a pretty good sized wake. Let's see if I can get in front of them. I should be right in front of them right now. Come on. Oh. I think it was just bait fish, to be honest. I'm just gonna keep working this lure, keep an eye on these rods. And oh, there's some big blow-ups down there. Let's see if I can get over there. There's definitely some fish working. I see a lot of stuff working kind of down here, and I don't think I can get over there. There's also like a little bird estuary that I don't want to walk in, and these reeds are pretty high. All right, I'm just gonna beat up this area a little bit. I think there's a little school of trout here, and if that's the case, I might switch up lures again, maybe to like a little DOA shrimp, or I do have some MR17s too, but this is basically the same thing, it's just a little bigger. It's a little bit bigger of a presentation. Also, I don't know, I just saw a couple blow-ups and I had a little bit of a chomp. Let's see if we can get on him. All right, so not really getting anything. Had a couple smacks, a couple swipes at the twitch bait, but I'm gonna check these rods. The tide's completely fallen. We're at dead low tide, so I'm gonna check these guys, see if they need to be rebaited. All right, we are definitely having a rough go at it. I've been beating up this section for like a good 3 hours. I've worked some soft plastics, I've worked some twitch baits. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm making the executive decision that I'm not leaving today until I catch a fish. I don't even care what kind of fish it is. I literally don't care. I'll catch a freaking a bluefish and I'll be satisfied. But yeah, I'm making the executive decision. I'm not leaving until I catch a fish. So stay tuned. All right, so a little bit of an update. Still haven't caught fish. Maybe I just suck at fishing, I don't know. But that being said, I'm bound and determined to catch fish today. I'm gonna catch fish somehow today, or tonight. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start preparing to make a fire. If I'm gonna be out here tonight, I wanna make a fire. I've got 2 bundles of firewood in the truck, but I'm gonna need, you know, small sticks. I'm gonna need some tinder. I think I've got a good idea for that. But yeah, I just went on my phone and checked the rules. We're allowed to have fires out here as long as you have some kind of pit. So I'm gonna dig a hole. I've got my shovel, so yeah, I'm gonna dig a hole, and I've got a gallon of water too, just in case. So just wanted to make sure I'm not breaking any rules or anything by having a fire out here. So yeah, if I'm gonna be out here tonight, I want to have a fire, because I'm in it for the long haul, baby. I'm going to catch a fish tonight. I'm not gonna give up on it. Got about 3 hours of sunlight left, so yeah, I'm gonna start getting that ready. I've thrown everything at these fish, and I mean, there's fish working. Like there's mullet jumping, there's it's not crazy active, but it's active enough to where I should be catching fish. Yeah, I mean, like I've had these mullet sitting out there for a couple hours. I've been checking them periodically every 20 minutes or so, and nothing. But yeah, I'm catching a fish. I don't know how, but I'm gonna. So yeah, stay tuned. Fire, but I definitely didn't bring a fire pit, so I'm gonna kind of build my own. I'm basically just gonna dig a small hole. Maybe about 6 to 8 inches. It's definitely more than that. It's about a foot. Maybe about a foot deep. About 2 feet wide, maybe. And I want to keep the dirt all in this one section right here, so that when I'm done with my fire, I can just scoop this up, toss it on top of the hot coals, and you know, let's say somebody else comes here, you know, in the next couple, or whenever, tomorrow morning or whatever, and they don't see the coals and they step on them and burn their feet real bad. So I think it's big to just be responsible when it comes to having fires on the beach, because if we're not responsible, we're not gonna be allowed to have fires on the beach anymore. They're gonna take our freaking, they're gonna revoke our privilege. Look at that shell, it's pretty cool. Probably keep that. What I'm gonna use is tinder, because like I said, I've only got like big logs in the truck, and you can't use just big logs to start a fire. So I need something to get everything hot. I was looking around and it just dawned on me. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me sooner, but all this is just dead grass. So all this, and it's everywhere. It's all around me. So this will work great for tinder, and it's everywhere. It's completely scattered all over the beach. So this will work great for my tinder. I just need some smaller sticks to go on top of the tinder so that I can heat up the big logs. A lot of this dead grass right beside my fire pit, it's all wet. The reason why it's wet is because when the high tide comes in, it brings all this with it. So this is all pretty soaked. So I'm gonna need to go over here and grab some of the super dry dead grass. Let's see. Yeah, this is all, you can hear it, this is all super dead. Yeah, that's perfect. Cool. So I'll grab a couple handfuls of this. So I found a little bit of a cheat code. I found a little bit of lighter fluid. I don't really think I'll need it. But yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of this super dry grass. I'm gonna break it up real coarse at the bottom. I'm basically gonna give you guys the way that I build a fire. I know there's a bunch of different ways to do it. People do it all kinds of different ways. This is just the way I've always had success. I like to have, you know, the science behind it's pretty simple. Having tinder at the bottom, larger stuff, larger stuff, larger stuff, build a fire. Idealistically, I would like to have my tinder, some really small sticks, some medium sticks, and then my logs. But we're not out in the woods. If we were out like in the bush or something, I would be able to do that. But for now, this will work. So what I'm gonna do is get some of this dry grass and just really make it coarse. Fold it all up nice and neat, nice and coarse, nice and fine. Kind of break it up in here. That looks good. And just because I got it, I'm gonna put a little bit of lighter fluid to get the party started. I probably don't need it, but if you got it, let's go, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put some big sticks on here. Show! I'm gonna TP them too, without burning myself. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to, maybe. Ah! Nope, it's not happening. Gotta put in a little bit more effort than that, baby. All right, it's heating up fast. Boom. Let's get that in there. That was a bit of a mission, but voila. Got a good fire going. Got all the rods out. But the best part, above anything else, the best part is this view right here. I mean, come on. You just can't beat it. I just got some really cool drone shots too that I'm gonna roll on right about that's not one of the coolest, beautiful sunsets you've ever seen, and I'd call you a liar. Put brand new mullet on all 3 rods. That tide is slowly but surely coming in. But look at that view. I mean, come on. You just can't beat it. It's about to get dark real quick. That sun is racing down. So I'm gonna stay persistent. I'm gonna stay out here. I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm dirty. That's what it's all about though. So yeah, I'm gonna stay out here. I'll put a headlamp on, and if anything happens, you guys are coming along with me. All right, that sun is about gone. Got maybe 10 minutes left, and I forgot something kind of important. So I have these bells that you attach to your rod, and if the bell goes off, you got a fish on the line. Well, with it being dark, you know, it's kind of hard to know if you get a bite. So I did have one singular I have one singular bell. So I got to decide which rod I'm gonna put the bell on. So this one's all the way to, this is the furthest one away from me, so that's probably the likely candidate. This is in the sweet spot. This is in a zone that I've caught fish in before, and so is that one. You guys can probably barely see anything. Anyway, I'm gonna eeny meeny miny moe these guys, or all right, I'm gonna put it on the one furthest to my left. Yep, I'm gonna play it safe. All right, wish me luck, guys. All right, we got one on. Woo! It's a stud. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Oh man, he's pulling like crazy. That's definitely a redfish, no doubt about it. See if we can land this guy. All right, see if I can get through this mud. Oh, it's a nice redfish. Really nice redfish. Oh, the mud is gnarly. I'm gonna grab some fish grips, see if I can get this guy safely back in the water. Up. Yeah, it's a good sized redfish. Got him right in the lip. All right, calm down, buddy. I'm getting you off. He's croaking. Look at that. It's a really nice red. All right, I'm gonna have to take my shoes off to get this guy a safe release. Let's see if I can get him back. All right, buddy, you're going home. Oh, this water's so cold. Where's that hook at? I hope I don't step on that damn hook. Woo! Yeah, this mud isn't just no joke. All right, buddy. Oh, calm down, calm down. It's all right. I'm gonna get you home. It's all right. I'm gonna get you home. Let's get one last look at you. Beautiful fish. All right. All right, buddy. Come on. Let's get you a good. Let's get you a swim off. I can't get him to swim off for some reason. I don't know. He's having a hard time. Come on, Bubba. Trying to send you home, pal. There we go. Get a little kick in you. Sometimes with the upper slots you got to revive them, but yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. You're so close. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. There we go. A little kick in you. Swim off, buddy. We got this one going off too. Let's see, let's see. Oh yeah, that's another redfish. There we go. Yeah, that's another redfish for sure. Nice. Nice. Come on. It feels a little bit smaller. Tighten that drag down. Woo! Man, I tell you what, it never gets old catching these redfish, man. God. I think it's because I called him tiny. Yep, that's a little bit bigger of a redfish. Nice. All right. Let's get this hook out of him. Look at that guy. Right in the lip. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I know. I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm trying to get you back home, bud. Okay. Oh, he's hooked pretty good. Let's get that out of you, buddy. Find any, bud. There we go. All right, got the hook out. Let's see if we can get a good release on this guy. I think we'll be fine. This guy's kicking ass. Look at that fish. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful upper slot red. All right, buddy. I'm trying to get one good look at you. That is just as pretty as they get Carolina redfish right there. All right, let's get him back. So what I like to do is get these fish grips off of them, grab them by the tail, get a real good grip, just to give them a good little revive so they can push right back off. Especially in this skinny water. And now I'm a little weary because that last fish, he didn't want to go home. You gonna kick off, bud? There we go. Got another safe release. Ciao. Whew. Man, those guys put up such a fight. Like, it's one of those things where it's literally undeniable. Like, you know for a fact that you have a redfish on because they just fight like crazy. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna stay out here for a little bit longer. See where the night goes. Also, another little funny update. So I had to get about knee deep in mud to get a safe release on that first redfish, and that is about yeah, when I said knee deep, I wasn't kidding. And it's still early spring, so I'm just sitting here by the fire warming my toes up. My shoes and socks are soaked, my pants are soaked, so I'm just gonna be barefoot for the rest of the night and keep my feet by the fire. So, and hopefully these pants will warm up a little bit. But yeah, I figured you guys would enjoy that. Earlier I touched on it briefly, but man, I tell you what, it's really just about being out here. You know, catching those fish is definitely a highlight, but it comes second to just being out here, just being in nature, you know, listening to the waves crash and the fire crackling, the tide pushing in. You know, you got some bait jumping and some birds over there working around. It's just being out here in nature with nature. That's what it's really all about. You know, catching those fish is awesome. It's so cool. But it's a close second, you know. So I just want to reiterate, man, go out there and just be in nature, even if it's just a hike or, you know, a camping trip, or just get out in nature, man. It's free. I'm really lucky to be where I'm at, to be on the coast, to be by the water, and to you know, to be able to do this stuff. It's just a big blessing. Man, that tide is really pushed in. Shoo. You know what? I think it's about that time. I think it is about that time. All right, so I'm gonna call that mission success for sure. Got the fire put out, put the sand back on top of it, all the rods packed up, everything cleaned back to how it should be. You know, that old corny, what's that old corny quote? Leave only footprints, take, I don't know, one that thing. So yeah, campsite's all cleaned up. I'm cold, I'm hungry. I've been out here for like almost 10 hours. So yeah, let's get the hell out of here.